Attention, duelists. Master Duel, Monday. Watch and learn. Get into it. Probably going to be a short one. I'm bringing this later than I should. Spiral swirlies go round and round. And we're in it. Synchro starter deck versus Unknown. Opponent activates Toon Bookmark, adding Kingdom. Activates the Kingdom, sets 1. Toon Harpy Lady will summon herself, then summons Toon Goblin Attack Force and passes. Duelist A, full passes. Harpy Lady is tributed for Toon Cyber. Goblin punches, turns itself to defense mode, passes. Duelist A is not playing, has to discard. Automatically a waste of time. We're moving on. I'm going to make a short one. I can't be messing around with all this nonsense. It looks like we have something. Dinos versus summons Neospace Connector. Attempts to use effect is hit by Imperm. This could be Infernoble. I've been practicing that lately. They start with her. Activates Rhoda. Ash Blossom to say no. Activates Heritage of the Chalice, adding Noble Arms Museum. Activates the museum. Pays 1,200 to add Noble Arms Durandal. Equip Durandal to Connector. Use Durandal's effect, adding Fire Flint Lady. Flint Lady will special summon herself by controlling a warrior. Then links the two away for Isolde, Two Tales of Noble Knights. Isolde's effect, adding another Neospace Connector. Then using Isolde's activate effect, sending away 4 equip cards to summon Infernal Knight Ogier. And then Ogier's on summon will send Turpin to the graveyard. Isolde and Ogier will then link together for Promethean Princess Bestower of Flames. She will summon back Turpin. Then, for controlling a Fire Warrior monster, Renaud in hand can special summon himself as a tuner. Renaud then, for his on summon, will target Infernoble Arms Joyeuse in grave, add it back to hand. Renaud and Turpin will sync together. For Angelica, Princess of Noble Arms, her effect will activate to add another copy of Arms Museum. Turpin in grave will target the Angelica. Her effect will activate in response, sending Phoenix Gearfried to the graveyard and banishing herself to summon Captain Roland. Ogier will then activate its effect in grave, equipping itself to Roland. The museum will then move Ogier forward, and Ogier and Roland will sync together. For Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles, Roland in grave will equip himself to Charles. Charles will then pop Promethean Princess, for some reason. Then, used as solo link material for Charles the Great. Charles the Great will target itself in the graveyard, the sync version, and equip itself. Then he activates Infernoble Arms Joyeuse, putting it onto the Great Emperor, using it to add Phoenix Gearfried back to hand. Joyeuse goes back to grave, replaces the museum with another museum. Gearfried in hand will banish Living Fossil to summon itself. During the end phase, Great Charles will equip Oliver to itself along with Angelica's ring, and Angelica will come back from banished. I do believe that there was no reason why he should have popped the Promethean Princess, though he is missing out on a monster. But I digress. Opponent's turn. Opponent summons Dynamorphia Diplos. It will banish a trap. Send a trap to grave. then swing into Phoenix. During main phase 2, Dynabase will summon itself. And during main phase 2, Captain Roland will equip itself to Great Charles the Great, Chuck, if you will. His effect, which is also Knight Emperor Chuck's effect, will activate, allow him to pop a card. He's equipped, and he does hit Dynamorphia Reversion. Triple Tactics Thrust will attempt to activate, but Charles the Great will use its own effect to negate a spell trap by getting rid of an equip card. Sorry, pretty sure it's just spell. Then he will re-equip himself during the end phase. Durandal will use its effect, adding Roderico, sending away the Malgus, able to summon Diabellstar from hand. Malgus effect will activate to shuffle back some Infernoble cards. Diabellstar will set Original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye, moves all monsters to attack mode. Phoenix will use its effect when it attacks, equipping Dynabase to itself. Punches with Great Chuck. Diabellstar with the follow-up. Opponent is banishing Dynamorphia cards to negate damage. Charles the Great will get rid of Dynabase to stop the second reversion. And Lethal has gone through. Looks like some classic Sword Soul. Kana effect. Opponent responds with Max C. Chitana is summoned. Max C draws a card. Chitana then links away for Monk of the Tenyi. Ashuna's effect will activate, banishing itself to summon Vishuda. Vishuda will then be used as material for a second Monk. Both Monks will then turn into Shaman. Shaman will discard Taya, target Vishuda, summon it back. Then summons Taya. Taya will banish a Monk, summon a token. Taya and token will sync together, making Chishao. Taya Engrave will send away a card. Then Shaman and Vishuda will link together for Berserker. Passes turn. Opponent with 13 cards in hand. Activates Lightning Storm. Duelist A responds with Max C. No response to the Max C. Chitana effect Engrave, banishing itself, targeting the Berserker that was just destroyed and summoning it back. Duelist B with the follow-up Raigeki. Sends a card from hand away to summon Diabellstar. Diabellstar's on summon, setting Snake Eye. Activates Phoenix Gearfried in hand, banishing the Broken Bamboo Sword to summon itself. Summons Neospace Connector, which will summon Dolphin. Dolphin using its effect, pitching a card, looking at the opponent's hand, destroying the long wand, dealing 500. Flint Lady will summon herself. Links 3 monsters away for Promethean Princess. Activates Cursed Bamboo Sword, putting it onto Immortal Phoenix. Swings with all monsters. And that's game. No need to get fancy. Just get enough damage on board for lethal. Nadium. Bold Pass, turn 1. Weird. Opponent summons Gaia the Fierce Knight, Origin, and activates Spiral Fusion. Max C in response to the Spiral Fusion. The Maximum C resolves. Spiral Fusion will then go through, using Curse of Dragon and Lord Gaia in hand to make Curse of Dragon the Magical Dragon Knight. The Magical Dragon Knight will add Spiral Fusion back to hand from graveyard, activates it once more, using Lord Gaia and Curse of Dragon from graveyard to make Gaia the Magical Dragon, Magical Knight of Dragons. Player activates Triple Tactic, look in the opponent's hand, shuffling away Lightheart, swings with the Magical Dragon, the Origin, and the Dragon Knight for game. Duelist A should have played. Ugh, Elements, gross. Hotbeard Squadron's a weird call, though. Activates Foolish Burial of Goods, sending away Sulliek. Sulliek will add Rhino Heart. Summon Rhino Heart. Rhino Heart send away Havnus. Opponent activates Druid Swarm effect, targeting Havnus. Havnus is banished. Druid Swarm is summoned. Darren effect, summon herself, discard Hoppier, mill 3. No hits. Overlays 2 monsters for the Terribly Tired Tapir, Baguska. Passes turn. Opponent summons the King of D. King of D attempts to use effect, is negated by Bagoo. Sinks his 2 monsters together. Chaos Angel. Prismatic one. Still goes defense mode. And still negated. Reading comprehension. Baguska effect, pulling a unit off, moves to battle, switching to attack mode first. Swings into the opponent's Chaos Angel, then Baguska will turn into AA Zeus. Zeus will then use its effect, pulling off 2 units, shuffle the board away, sets 1 card in the back row, and passes. Anyone's game. Opponent activates MST, targeting the set Imperm. Zeus effect, putting a unit onto itself from the deck. Opponent sets 1 card and passes. 1 card being 1 monster. Duelist A moves to battle, swings. Whitestone of Ancients is the monster, but Return of the Dragon Lords is banished to protect it. Player then sets evenly matched and passes. Opponent's turn, Feather Duster, sweeping up the set evenly matched, so Zeus will be able to get another unit put on itself, back to 2, and able to use its effect. Opponent sets another monster, and the Whitestone will be linked away for the Ling Karibo. Zeus will use its effect during the end phase, shuffling away the board. Whitestone of Ancients will add Blue Eyes White Dragon. Whitestone of Legend will add Blue Eyes White Dragon. And Whitestone of Ancients is stopped by Ash Blossom. Duelist A's own Whitestone of Ancients will summon a Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. And also a Blue Eyes. Lethal on board. Blue Eyes mirror match, actually. Wow. Like I said, lethal on board. Zeus swings direct. Jet Dragon for the follow-up. And the Blue Eyes for the fancy animation. Victory goes to Duelist A. Oh, good God, what am I looking at? Player sets Odd Eyes Butler in the Pendulum Scale, summons Masked Chameleon, and passes. Opponent activates Lightning Storm, destroying the Chameleon. Specials out Kashtira Fenrir, Fenrir adding Unicorn. Summons Reichheart, Reichheart adding Scareclaw Windsaw. Weird choice. Reichheart then links away for Lightheart. Lightheart will add Reichphobia. Activates the Reichphobia. Reichphobia adding Scareclaw Acro. Visa Starfrost will pop the Lightheart to summon itself. Then Lightheart will use its effect, summoning itself back. 3 monsters on board, all of them linked away for Scareclaw Tryheart. Specials out Balone to the zone adjacent to Try, turning into another Lightheart. Also summons Acro. Tryheart will summon back Balloon, and will add Astra. Astra is summoned. Breakphobia will pop the Butler. Tryheart will swing. Interesting. He had 3 times he could have attacked with Tryheart, instead opting to attack once. Weird. Opponent uses Vernal Self of Awakening, sending itself away, along with another card in hand to send away Xiamen, summoning back the Masked Chameleon. Chameleon goes to defense mode thanks to Tryheart and passes. Duel Stay is just one of those weird piles that show up sometimes. Anyway, Tryheart will swing. Not going for the lethal for some reason, playing with his food. Back to Duelist A. Summons Gadget Gamer. Turn to defense mode. Activates Destructive Daruma Cannon. Monsters are flipped. Ones that aren't go away, getting rid of his own monsters. Breakphobia will pop the set monster, flips up all of his Scare Claws, links them away for BLS Soldier of Chaos, and punches with that for game. Dragged it out a bit longer than you needed to. It's hero time. Player summons Stratos. Opponent with Ash Blossom. No hero combo this time, but player still has Fusion Destiny, so they're not done yet. Activates the Destiny, sending away Denier and Malicious from hand. Fusing them into the DPE. Malicious Engrave will banish itself, summon its twin. The twin and Stratos will then link together, or Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader will target Malicious, attempt to summon it back, but Effect Veiler comes out. Cross Crusader is going to be negated. Unless DPE chains, popping itself and the cross. No longer on board, Veiler whiffs, Malicious comes back. DPE's effect activates, Denier will chain. Well, not chain, its own thing. Summon itself to the field, put the twin that was banished back in the deck. The two on board will then link together for another Cross Crusader. Malicious Engrave will bench itself, summon the twin. Cross Crusader will tribute that one. Add Ferris to hand. Ferris effect, discarding Increase to summon itself. Setting another Increase. Increase will tribute the Ferris on board. Move itself forward, summon Vion. Vion to send away Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist to add Liquid Soldier. Vion effect, banish Ferris, add Polymerization. Now end turn. Not bad. During the standby phase, DPE will return to the field. Opponent summons Pankratops and summons Fairy Tail Luna. DPE will chain. Luna will chain to that. And Pankratops will chain to the Luna, targeting Vion. Pank pops Vion. Luna will send back DPE and itself. DPE still has to resolve, wiping his own board. And then Luna will add Luna. Duelist B passes turn. Back to Duelist A. Draws a Max C. Sets and then activates Polymerization. Weird. Fusing Neos with Liquid Soldier. Making Elemental Hero, Flame Wingman, and Infernal Rage. Drawing 2 E heroes with different attributes. If it's special summon, you can add one card with favorite in its name from deck or graveyard to hand. You can tribute this card that was fusion summoned using a normal monster, which it was. Special summon 1, level 7 or lower, E hero from deck or extra deck that cannot be normal summoned or set, ignoring its conditions. Weird. Its effect will activate with Liquid Soldier chaining. Liquid draws 2, pitch 1. Infernal will add favorite contact, then tribute itself. Summon Sunrise. Sunrise effect, add Miracle. Activate Miracle Fusion. using every hero in his grave for Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. 5,400 attack points, swings once, Sunrise with the follow up, and game. What will they think of next? Well, like I said, this week, gonna have to bring it shorter, because running around, being an adult for the sake of other adults who are more adult than me, and I shouldn't be having to cover for them. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for card games, so I won't bog you down with the details. Instead, I'll say see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day. Bye.